Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today I'm smoking my Savinelli 1004. This is actually supposed to be a church warden, and it's got a improper stem on it. I think there's a yellow bowl stem actually on here. But this is the way I got it. This will eventually get sent off for a new stem. This stem, actually like the size of this stem, I would like it to just be bent a little more, but the stem is not the same width as the shank, so, but it works. And it's a fantastic smoking pipe. And I am smoking some Victor Manil Simois. I am hooked on this stuff, man. I love this stuff. There's something about this tobacco that's just amazing. And it has almost like a bouillon type flavor at times that comes through on this. I don't know what it is, but boy, it's good. But anyway, this is a VR2 smoking cardboard for his GA. Congratulations on the sub, Steve. Steve wanted to know our favorite gifts from Christmas as a child. And I had two that were, it was hard to pick one. I think my favorite gift that I ever got was from my sister Susie. This had to be back in 1971, 72, something like that. Actually, it's probably 74. Probably Christmas of 73. 74, because I remember wearing it all. 74. 75. But it was a Raiders Letterman jacket. You know, the wool shell with the leather sleeves. Had the Raider emblem on the chest. That was the coolest present I think I ever got. My sister Susie always picked out really cool presents. My sisters, I was the youngest in the family, and my brothers and sisters were, my brother was 9 years older than me. My oldest sister, I think, is 8 years older than me, and Susie is probably 6 years older than me. 5 or 6 years older than me. I don't remember. But she got me that jacket, and I gotta tell you, man, I wore that when it was hot. I wore that when it was cold. I was back then I was a huge, still am, but as a kid, I was a huge Raider fan. This was back in the George Blanda era, and Ben Davidson, and Tom Keating, and Jim Otto, Daryl LaMonica. Kenny Stabler was just starting out. Man, I'd get sick, literally sick to my stomach if the Raiders lost a football game, which luckily was very, 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 very seldom at that point back then. They hardly ever lost. But Susie got me that jacket, and I wore that thing everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And that was probably my favorite present that I ever got. Followed closely by my brother, Tommy, got me a this was about 1970, 71. He bought me a Panasonic transistor radio. Had a leather carry case. And I would take that, I'd go out riding my bike and I'd have that transistor radio with me listening to the 1040 was the channel station. I can't remember the call letters. I want to say KDEO, but I don't remember if that's it or not. But that was like the AM radio station that played the best music, played all the good stuff, you know. I hadn't yet discovered FM radio, and but man, I listened to that thing every single day. I would, and during the World Series, I would put that in the pocket of my jacket, and I'd run a headphone up the inside of my jacket to my ear, and I'd sit in class because the World Series games were during the day, and I'd sit in class like this, and I had that headphone. It was one of those little crappy little headphones you got from Radio Shack, earpieces, not a headphone but an earphone, and I'd listen to the baseball games during school. This was when the A's were winning all their World Series. And man, those were definitely the two best presents I ever got as a kid. Yeah. Those were good times, man. Didn't take much. That little transistor radio. I wish I still had it, man. And I can remember listening to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Paul McCartney's Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey was always playing on the radio. Back then the radio station played everything. They didn't have, it wasn't a format. They played whatever was popular at the time. They were playing it. You'd hear Roberta Flack, you'd hear, you know, Partridge Family, you'd hear Paul McCartney, Cream, whatever was, you know, whatever was good was being played, and you'd get all the Supremes and that Motown stuff, and those are definitely my two favorites. So anyway, this went way longer than I wanted it to. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Congratulations, Steve. Have a good one.